Hello, hello. My name is Temitope Olodo. I'd like to welcome you, to Security Conversation with Temitope Olodo. We're going to have a great program today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to your contribution to this program. If you like this, I'd like you to like this page, share this page, and let people know that we are live now talking about security. Let me just play this promo and then we start our program straight away. So, hello, my name is Temitope Olodo. We're looking at the issue of security across Africa. My colleagues will be joining me very soon. But as you know, if you've been following our program since last week, we'll be talking about who owns Nigeria. And we'll see a lot of things are happening ahead of the 2023 election in Nigeria. And as a result, there's a lot of talking points with regard to security challenges in Nigeria, economy. Nigeria is currently at a standstill when it comes to, actually governing the country because everybody is doing networking from a political perspective. So if you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. Tell me where you're watching for and give me a shout out there. So what we're going to do, actually, we're going to play one of the videos because I think it's important to actually look at one of the videos that actually talk about what we are doing really. Yes, we're going to look at one of the talking points. The talking point as we speak right now is Tinubu actually is the talking point. So we're going to be talking about Tinubu in terms of what he's doing and try and find out what people are saying about him. If you're watching me, I want you to bring in your comment. Let me know exactly what you think about Tinubu as the next president come 2023. So we're more or less than 500 years.
I thought that this country belonged to all of us. Yes. You see, you have to know your history. In 1998, 99, me, I'm one person the people of Port Harcourt called Otoknadu. I don't just talk. Most Nigerians talk, they don't act. I act. In 1999, I was supporting Chief Olufalaye against Chief Obasanjo and a retired Army General. I thought Chief Olufalaye, as a banker, an economist, would be able to handle Nigeria better. I then suggested to that if you are picking your running mate, pick a set. And he asked me who do I have in mind, and I mentioned Dr. Lukman, who was at OPEC. I was 38 years old. I spent my own resources, traveled to Vienna to meet with Dr. Rinwan Lukman, who then gave me that insight into the owners of Nigeria. He said, what have you come to do? I said, sir, I want you to be running mate to Chifalaye. And he laughed, and then when he came down, he said, thank you so much for considering me back. I said, what? He said, God, the owners of Nigeria decided they want to pass on elections. He said, no, it's not by election.
And
you will not, and he mentioned their names. Of all the names he mentioned, only one. They've been alive. And I believe God has preserved them to today, so that they will see a change in Nigeria. That's what I appealed to them last Saturday. The only person who has departed was God bless this General Wushishi. All General Salami Abubakar, General Ibrahim Babangida, Lieutenant General Ali Gusu, Lieutenant General T.Y. Danjuma. They're all around. And I'm sure they of what they are saying. So my appeal to them is very genuine, very sincere, very patriotic. That please, we know you have the power. I'm sure you heard the story, even in 2018, 2019, that PDP was almost picking my brother, Tambua. And suddenly, the owners of Nigeria intervened and said they preferred Atiku. And that's Atiku. So you have to understand, a lot of people walk on the street.
Okay, so you've heard him, and he's giving you his own opinion that the owners of Nigeria are quite critical to the issue of running Nigeria. And we noticed that even Tinubu had to travel all the way to IBB to meet IBB to pay homage to President, the head of state, former head of state, Babangida, IBB as is known, went to pay homage to IBB just some few days ago. And he said he was paying homage because it was important for him to at least get the endorsement of of those individuals. So the question now is, who owns Nigeria? Because I believe that the 200 million Nigerians own Nigeria. They are the ones that will decide. But we know that those individuals are influencers. With the way Nigerian politics currently stand, those individuals are the ones that are detecting. With the way Nigerian politics is today, those people are the ones that are detecting who will get there. How they do it, we still don't know, because they are only meant to be entitled to one vote. That's my opinion. President Babangida, President Buhari, and all of the Atiku only are entitled to one vote. But how those people determine Nigerian vote in a way that if these kingmakers do not anoint an individual, it does not get there, still eludes me. So the question then is, who owns Nigeria? If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. Thank you so much. I could see somebody watching me all the way from New York. Thank you so much. I could see somebody watching me all the way from Dubai. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Please drop a note. I can see that person watching me all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you so much. Beautiful city. Hope to be there very soon. Thank you so much. So the question now is, who owns Nigeria? Because Tinubu has thrown his art in, and even Dele Momodu, the publisher, said, oh, he's also thrown his art in. He's got to PDP, even though PDP have not started giving out their nomination, forms, but he's actually come out to say yes, he's actually interested, in becoming the president of Nigeria. That he has learned his lesson from 12 years ago when he contested, and now he's actually coming out, to actually more or less give his, to fight it now. He's going to fight it scientifically, and that is the issue. So now, thank you so much, sir. I can see my brother is telling me thank you for the topic. So the question now is, we have two people that have actually stood up from the East that have actually shown interest, that they are actually interested. One of them being a governor who actually also approached the president and actually went to speak to the president, and he said the president has said, okay, just go and speak to the key stakeholders, and he said he's going to speak to the key stakeholders. But unlike Tinubu, because Tinubu has gone to Mina, and he's also gone to that, which is, and I think he's gone to another state, and in each place he's going to give money, in support of those people that have been affected by the war on terror. There's nothing wrong with that. As a Nigeria, if you have your money and you want to support those people that are homeless as a result of a terrorism or challenges, then you are right to do that. So nobody can fault Tinubu for doing that. But I've not seen my brother from the East doing likewise. As a governor, I've not seen him gone to all those places and actually said, you know what, all those people that have been affected by some of the crises from the East, who are from other parts of Nigeria, this is my succor to them. I've not seen that happen. But what I'm hoping is that as we enter into to the election, which will 2023, and that's when the election will be declared, of course. That's when the election will take place. I have not seen anybody come up with blueprint of what they will do, because as we speak right now, Nigerians are now getting ready for the battle of regularization of the petroleum product, which more or less we see Nigerians buying product for about 300 plus for petrol. A lot of Nigerians cannot afford it. As a country where people are going home with 30,000 naira, where pensioners are dying on the street, literally dying on the street because they've not been paid their pension. And yet all the governors are lining up because they go to get money, but they're not even accountable for those money that they're collecting. I'm sorry to say that most of them are not accountable because they're collecting security vote. And when you ask them, they'll say, well, what do you mean? We are not accountable. The budget is there, but we could see what they are doing with the money that they are collecting. It's not up to, it's not fit for purpose. So if you're watching me right now, please tell me where you're watching from so that we can more or less give a shout out to you. Now, let's talk about Tinubu's interest in standing or becoming the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A lot of people will say, what can Tinubu offer? Because I've been, Tunde Bakari, who is a governor that is known, a no nonsense pastor, once said that Tinubu is a man, is a strategist. This is a man that won the election, literally won the election for President Buhari. Whether you like it or not, he won the election for President Buhari. And this is the man that have now thrown his hat in to stand to become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the question needs to be asked, does this man have the capacity? Does he have the capacity to deliver? Can he actually do something great? Is there anything good that can come out from this? The only way Tinubu will be stopped is to get to the primaries. But if Tinubu gets to the primary of the APC, it will be difficult, extremely difficult to find anybody that can beat Tinubu, because Tinubu can show, not only because he was the governor of Lagos State, but actually because he actually was instrumental for winning a lot of places within the Southwest for his party, or for his party when he was the head of his party, and even for the election of 2015. And even though Mr. President had a 12 million votes, he could not, for at least for many times that he stood stood for the presidential election, he could not actually win the election against all the people that he was standing, because he did not have that block, to bring in the South. And Tinubu was the one that actually delivered the South for him. So what we are hoping is that what we need to start doing now is to start asking questions about what is it that Tinubu will bring. Now, I'm not saying that there is the good, the bad, and the ugly to Tinubu, because there's no human being that is perfect. If you want to talk about a man that is perfect, ask God. God is the only one that is perfect. He's not a man. Jesus Christ, of course, is a perfect man, is a representative of God that came on earth, I know. So he said, say no one is good apart from my Father, which is in heaven. So nobody is good. But we're saying what we need is somebody that can deliver a Nigerian state for us. Let's be honest. We need somebody that can deliver, that can give us something. When Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, President Obasanjo actually, sat undemocratically, sat on the resources of the local government. Tinubu, because of his ingenuity, was able to keep Lagos State running, even without those resources from the federal government. That is the kind of governor we need. Of course, he has his bad part, and we must not be shy to talk about his bad part. We must not be shy to say Tinubu has some baggages that we need to deal with. But the question is, at this state that Nigeria is, can Tinubu deliver? If Tinubu can turn Nigeria into the way Lagos is, in terms of make everywhere develop, have things, of course, he will develop his empire as he goes along. That's the problem. But if all of us are sitting at home and nobody is challenging him or coming up with ideas of how to challenge him and actually get him to put his hand down and say, this is what you will deliver for us, this is what you deliver for us. People in Lagos will not live anywhere else. They will not go and live in Sokoto or go and live anywhere else, because those people do not have programs for them. They do not have packages, proper packages for them. It's only in Lagos that they have the package. So when you look at it, this is a man that have delivered, and not only has he been able to do that, he's been able to make sure that he has brought people. Tinubu is a man that developed individuals. So I'm not voting. I'm not what do you call it? I'm not saying you should vote Tinubu, but I'm saying we should be honest and let's be political. Let's look at this with an objective eyes. Tinubu is the only one that have actually is the only one that not only has he delivered, but he's actually put in people, bring people up and put them in strategic people that we're talking about, like the Minister of Works, Minister of Transportation, Minister of Works, which is the former governor of Lagos State. He was the one that brought him on board. The vice president that is delivering, and every one of us is even saying should even be the next president. Some of us are saying should be the next president. His delivery is a product of Tinubu. Mr. President, if he wants to be true to himself, and I love Mr. President, I put my hands up for Mr. President. Mr. President has been there for 8 years, and he had an opportunity to mentor people if he felt that he wants to leave a legacy and for somebody to follow him in the war against corruption. But he has not developed anybody. Where is who can you turn to say Mr. President is the one that brought this person into the office and actually made those individuals to become responsible individuals that every one of us could look up to and say this man was brought by Buhari and they are not corrupt, just like Buhari is not corrupt, and they are able to deliver just like Buhari can deliver. Point to one person that Buhari has brought that he can hand over to us. Yet we can talk about what do you call it? You can talk about Tinubu, and you can say yes, this is somebody that Tinubu has brought on board. Just a minute, please. Getting a lot of calls, so I'm trying to tell them I'm live. So please, if instead of calling me, you can actually just come on board and come and ask me question here. Tell me where you're watching for. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayodele, that is telling me that I'm talking true talk. Thank me, Ajasi Gabriel also for tuning in. I appreciate you. So if you're watching me right now, please like this page, share this page, tell your friends that we're live right now and we're talking about, Tinubu, who owns Nigeria, because when Dele Momodu was talking about the people that own Nigeria, he actually highlighted that IBB was one of the individuals that we need to speak to if you really are interested in standing for election. Those individuals he only has one vote just like us, but he might have influence. He said, and that's the reason why they say these people are the people that own Nigeria. But we need to ask questions because we know there are 3 million, there are 200 million plus Nigerians. There are 2 million plus Nigerians and 84 eligible people, 84 million people that have PVC as of the last count in 2019. Yet out of that, less than 50% of that actually cast their vote. In fact, less than 50 million cast their vote. In fact, less than 40 million cast their vote. So the question is, why is it that 84 million people collected PVC and less than 50% of them actually went on to cast their vote? Is it because of this kind of questions that have been raised in the public domain that the owners of Nigeria are the one that dictate who will become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023? Is that the reason why the federal government can... I do not support the rhetorics of Nnamdi Kanu. I do not support the rhetorics of Nnamdi Kanu. Not at all, under any circumstances. But yet, the changing of the charge sheet every time doesn't speak well. They've made him a hero by the way in which they've handled this case. There are ways in which you can handle this case. There are things that you can do. There are ways in which this should be done properly. And those are the questions that we are asking. That why is it that everything about Nigeria is done in the opposite way? Everything about Nigeria is not done right. That's not the way it should be done. Things should be done properly. We don't do things properly, and that is not good. So we need to start changing the way we do things. You understand? We need to start doing things properly. And I'm hoping that you will join me today and talk to your brothers, talk to your sisters, and make sure that their things are done properly, because come 2023, we need to make sure that people are now listen to this video. I want you. This is
everyone.
This is what's happening in Malawi.
No place on earth where these criminals will hide. The outrage not only I can assure you, everyone, that there is no place on earth where these criminals will hide. The outrage and anguish you all feel from reading this audit report is not only righteous, but also one that I personally feel. And now that the evidence related to the 6.2 billion is before us, I'm taking action. As I speak, over a dozen individuals suspected of committing the crimes exposed by this report have just been arrested by the Malawi Police Service. So I want all of the thieves hiding in the civil service to mark my words. If the finger of evidence points to you as one of the thieves that stole COVID money for saving lives while hundreds of our people were dying of COVID, you are going to prison. On top of that, we will use the relevant laws to ensure that you pay back what you stole.
Now, that is Malawi. Malawi is a very small country where COVID money meant for COVID, was stolen. And you could see a president come out and say, you stole the money. As a civil servant, we'll come after you. We will make sure you go to prison. But not only will we make sure you go to prison, we'll make sure we deal with you. Now, we know that when the NSAS incident happened, we discovered very clearly there are people that hoard information that were money that were meant and palliative that were meant for the people, saying they want to use it during their time of their birthday. As Mr. President come out to say, these are the people we're going to deal with. As he come out to say those people that stole COVID-19 money, that those people will be dealt with. So it looks as if Mr. President is paying lip service, even with what we know is the area of his strength, corruption. If I was the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, all these issues, there are things that you need to do as legacy. It's not just going after selecting and picking. People will join APC, and once they join APC, they are now saints. When people are in PDP, they are the ones that you go after and say that they are corrupt. We need to be a bit, when you are saying you are fighting something, fight it properly. And that's the reason why people believe that this government is paying lip service with corruption. You are going after Yahoo boys. But we know that there are people within this government who automatically have started building houses in their village instantly. Do you know how much it costs to build a house? How much is their whole salary? You, Mr. President, might not be corrupt, but there are people under you that are corrupt. And it is your duty, because you swore an allegiance, you swore an oath. You are supposed to go after those people. You know? And yet, there is no legacy. We can't point at 3 or 4 people within this government that we could say, okay, these people are anti-corruption crusaders, like the president, so we want them there. Nobody. The president has not mentored anybody. I'm saying it now. This is not because I hate the president. I love the president. But he's not led by example. He's not picked anybody and trained them up. Because if the president had trained them up, they will have a succession planning in place where we could say, okay, Mr. President is going, and yet this is 3 or 4 people that we can point to who can take over from Mr. President, who have been following the step of Mr. President. We can't point to any. And the president can't go anoint anybody. Yet Mr. President went to Kaduna and saying that nobody can impose themselves. Who is he talking to? Who is imposing himself? Thank you so much, Mr. John, for joining us. Who is Mr. President saying that they are imposing themselves? Sorry for using that vernacular. But the challenge here is that Mr. President should start coming out and telling us. He said he's going to tell us who is the person that will succeed him. He should come out quickly now so that we'll know and we'll be in a position to start checking if those people are truly a true Nigeria with no skeleton in their cupboard. Let's be honest. Listen, if I'm the president of the Federal Republic, Nigerian corruption issue had to be dealt with in a short term, medium term, and long term. Even me, that is not in government, I know that. What is the short term? The short term is that you go after people that are involved in corruption and you prosecute them regardless of where they are coming from, whether they're Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. Regardless of that, how can you be a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and you'll be putting somebody, you'll be nominating somebody who is supporting you to be in charge of that lady to stand and be be a member of the INEC, commissioner for INEC? How can you do that as the president? Corruption is not just about money. Corruption is about corruption. People putting people there that will favor your party. That is also corruption. Let's define corruption the way it should be. Believe in me, if I'm entering into Nigeria today, and there is a billboard that says this is the amount of money that the federal government is collecting. Is collecting of corruption. This is the number of houses. Do you know that there was a time when in Nigeria it was said that even the property seized by EFCC, that they are selling it, and nobody has come out to challenge it to say, okay, you know what, we're going to do a public, what do you call it? The legislators have been forfeiting properties for the federal government. There is no day, there is no a weekly update. These are the kind of things the government should do. There's a website you can go to that will be EFCC website live, maybe every Friday night. Say, good evening, Nigerians. We could say to you as of today, 22nd of January, the court has forfeited $200 billion or naira to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That money is with CBN. We've given it to them. And now CBN can come out and tell us what they are doing with that money. That money is part of the money that we've used for Nigerian Shore or for this. So we know where that money is going. We collected 200 houses that the federal government, the court has forfeited to us, as money, the precinct. That thing will go into public auction on this date so that every Nigerian will know, and this is the amount. That house is valued for 200 million and it is sold for 200 million. Not that it's valued for 200 million and it is sold for 50 million. It's food for the boys. We need to stop all this. We say people are we say we have youths who are unemployed, who are homeless. Those houses, you can open it up and let Nigerians be staying in it so that they know it's their house. These are the kind of simple thing Mr. President can do. And people will say, this president is doing something. So those are short-term approaches. Now, what are the long-term approaches? We know that Nigerians generally have corruption infection in their blood already. I'm saying it with all sense of humility. There's corruption in schools. Our children are paying money to be able to get their project done. Some of them are not even writing project. They are getting people to write project for them. They are paying lecturers for mark. If you go to a mechanic, you pay extra money for mechanic to be able to even get your car to be on top, to be the first to be dealt with. If you go for your passport, you pay extra money. If you want to get your NIM card, national identity card, you pay extra money. If you want to do anything, you pay money. It's corruption. So even kids that are coming up in primary school, parents are even paying to be able to get slots for their children. If you want to move, if you don't know, we know it's corruption. If you are posted to Maduguri and you want to switch over to be in Abuja, you pay 50,000 to some people within what do you call it? Within some people, I don't want to be within this, and then they transfer you as NYC, and they know it's happening, and yet no, they are. These are simple things. Listen, even me as I am, I know quite well that you could easily the administration, they could easily get a student and plant those students. Thank you, honey, Oni Ojuku, for joining us. Tell us where you're watching from. Thank you, Pastor Dari, watching us all the way from Scotland. You're meant to be on these programs. I'm waiting for you, sir. Otherwise, we're going to bill you. So yes, thank you so much. So as I was saying, they could easily have just gotten 2 students or 3 students that are doing their NYC and plant them to go and actually, I know I've said it now, so it might be difficult. Plant them to go and pay money, and they will mark that money, and they will see who collected that money and come out and say, these are the people that collected money. We've caught them with collective bribe and sack them. They will not do that because the money is getting to the top one way or the other because they are all in it together. The link, I put the link on the, I can't put the link on the messenger because I put it on this. If you go back onto the chat room, I actually put it, if you look at it, sir, I actually put it on here. I put the link here for you that's the link. I put the link on here so you can join me. Nobody else should use that link, please, because I will block you. This link is only for Pastor Dari to use to join us. Now, as I was saying, you could easily carry out, we call it mystery shoppers. You can carry out some investigation. You can, plant people to try and do something to see if your system is working. Mr. President can disguise at night and go on the road and see if people are doing what they are supposed to do. If hospitals is working, if everything is working, he could do that. But he's not doing that. Mr. President is traveling to Kaduna and going by helicopter. He could have easily gone on that road, that Abuja Kaduna road, and walk on that road and say, this road is working. He won't go because kidnappers are on that road. The kidnappers that went into Katsina, into a military barrack in Kaduna, in Katsina, and killed somebody there. And yet the head of that kidnapper group or that bandit is in a school in Mina, and everybody knows he has taken over that school. And yet you bought there. So what jet did you say you bought? And you can't do your intelligence around that place. Have some people pretend as if they are. I'm giving out secrets now. Have people have your intelligence agent pretend as if they are Akara people, selling Akara and watching those people go in and go out and mark it and then radio it in and say they are there. And then you drop a bomb in there and neutralize all of them. That's what you are supposed to do. What's the purpose of having those jets? Yet you can pay bandits because Mr. President's plane is going to fly over Bida. So you have to pay bandit to get the anti-tank, anti-aircraft gun that they say bandit had, and they say you have to pay them, and you can't even come out. You see, there's a lot of things that is wrong with the way in which we practice our politics. But let's look at corruption, for example. What are we doing in Nigeria to stop our children becoming corrupt? Nothing. There is no training in school to tell our children about how to be patriotic and how not to pay bribe. Say no to no to bribery? Where is the Nigerian campaign to say no to bribery? Don't pay bribe to anybody. If anybody wants to ask you for bribe, call this number, call this secret number. I will be there. Create army of people that will go out and look for people that are collecting bribe and use them as an example. Now, 80, how many people were killed recently? Is it 80 people that were killed recently by bandits? Was that in Sokoto or where? Did the flag drop for them? No, but when Seneca died, you dropped the flag for him. Do you know in France, even one soldier died, they dropped flag for them? In Nigeria, they killed how many soldiers, and yet no flag was dropped? And you say that's a country, and you expect me to come and die for that country? Where immediately the parent, the head of the family dies. You know, when immediately the head of the guy that is in the military, the head of the family dies, they kick the family out of the barrack, you know, to start feeding for themselves. Yeah, they've not even paying them their gratuity yet, you know. And then the wife, married wife, widow, becomes prostitute on the road because she has to feed her children. Is that a country where even the dog in Asu Rock is eating better than a pensioner that spent 30 years in civil service? Why would they not be corrupt and be asking for extra money? So that is the problem. That is the problem with the Nigerian state. So when you look at it from the corruption part, there's nothing to say, okay, we have anti-corruption, what do you call it? Anti-corruption benefits. You know, the government can create an initiative to say, you know what, if you show corruption, what's the word now? If you shame people on corruption, if you are against corruption, there's going to be incentives to actually celebrate you, that you will even meet with Mr. President. If you are known, if people come in and say, this man that works in this industry, he has not paid any, it doesn't allow corruption, and Mr. President will actually go there. Why can't Mr. President pretend and send people to, why is it that the Nigerian immigration can't even, among themselves, send people to go to the immigration center and say, okay, I want to pay for a passport, and try and bribe those people and see what people are saying that when they're coming to Nigeria. Every time I come into Nigeria, they will say, oh, guy, is there anything for the boys? Is that not corruption? Every time I enter Nigeria, they always ask me, anything for the boys? I say, no, I can't pay money. I'm a security official. I can't pay money. I'm not allowed to. Oh, sorry, sir. Why is it that they have to say sorry? Why can't it be like Europe, where when I enter, nobody's asking me for money? In Nigeria, they're always asking for money, and people are always saying it. Yet you have not even said, okay, people coming in, do a click for. If somebody says money, just give them money and mark the paper. And then immediately you come out, you tell us, then we'll go and raid the person and disgrace them. And then we can show that we're doing something to show that we're dealing with corruption. So that people will be afraid. If you do that twice, where you let people come in and then they will not declare themselves, and then they will mark the money, and maybe they mark the money, they come out and then they arrest those people in their uniform. You arrest an immigration officer in their uniform for being corrupt, and the team make news. No immigration officer will want to be corrupt again. Quickly, they will be dealing with all your cases. But we're not doing that. We are not doing that. And that is where we're having challenges. You know, if you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. Please tell your friends that we're live. You know, tell your friends we're live. You know, thank you so much for all your comments that you've given. So, like we say, who owns Nigeria? You know, Tinubu has been to IBB. He's going to see IBB. He's giving 50 million naira for victims of banditry, who the president or the Nigerian state have decided to tag as tag them as what do they call it? Terrorist. What's the definition of terrorist? If you look at the Nigerian Anti-Terrorism Act, it says the definition of terrorism is based on the United Nations Declaration. And the United Nations Declaration actually stated very clearly that they must be motivated by political reasons, they must be motivated by religion, they must be motivated by ideology. Now, are bandits, Nigerian bandits, motivated by ideology? Are they motivated by political reasons? Are they motivated by religion? No. Or are they nationalists? No. They are motivated by money. Give them money. They will leave you. I've seen videos of bandits, armed men in Cameroon that strip naked school children. We've never heard of the bandits in the north raping. Very rarely they rape. They are only interested in their million, 100 million, 50 million that they are collecting. They're only interested in the money. Only interested in the money. So there is no political driver for what they are doing. It's money related. And they collect the money and they buy weapons from it. Yeah. And this is going to be a legacy for President Buhari, because he can't come out and say that they've actually dealt with banditry. No, they've not. You know, bandits are creating havoc. They are creating havoc. I work in this industry, and I can tell you that terrorism have gone worse. You know, yet Mr. President, when he was in Kaduna, he can say that, oh yes, when he was in Kaduna, they were trying to bomb his car. That should be enough motivation for him to be able to ensure that, and many people died. How many of those people that died on that day have been compensated? Those Nigerians died. They just died. They came to see him, and yet they died, and none of their family have been compensated. And you have that president sitting, and he has never said, okay, let's do an inquiry and ensure that all those people that lost their families, until their family are compensated. None of them have been compensated. And yet you say that Nigerians should be ready to live their life, give their life, for the sake of this country. Yeah, you walked away free from it. And you say that man has written his name on gold. No, he hasn't. Because even though there is no terrorism in Kaduna, there is banditry that is killing thousands of people now. Many thousands of people have died since 2015 to date. Not one, not two, not three. Many people, hundreds of people have lost their life in Kaduna. So you've replaced terrorism with banditry, where people are slaughtered in their room. Helpless people, women, children are killed. And yet these people will kill people and go away scot-free. And yet Kaduna to Zaria to Kafacha or whatever is not even up to 3 minutes flight on a jet. And those people will operate for how many hours? 1 hour, 2 hours. And yet between Zaria, even within Zaria, within Kaduna, when those jets lift up, it will not take them up to 5 minutes to get to where those bandits are operating. Yet you have not created any distress call processes in place where those people can actually call in and say, bandits have landed on us, and you could tell them, don't worry, we'll be there in 5 minutes because we have a jet or a helicopter that can move. If you can't use an helicopter within Kaduna, within Kaduna State, helicopter military helicopter that can actually go low and deal with these bandits. If you can't use it within Kaduna, where there is a Navy, the Air Force party, what hope do people in Osun or people in Maiduguri, what do you call it, in any of the other states that do not have these formations, what hope do they have? That's the reason why security in Nigeria is just lip service. If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page and tell your friends that we're here live. Thank you so much, my millionaire brother. If you want to get an estate in the UK, you want to buy property in UK, just Google MS Estate. They will give you a good deal. This is a man, when it comes to estate management, comes to property business, is the man you need to speak to. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. God bless you, and may your hand continue to grow. Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel, for tuning in. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Ayodele, for tuning in all the way from Nigeria. Thank you so much. And I thank all the people that are watching all over the world. I really, really appreciate you. If you're watching me right now, please tell me where you're watching from, so that at least we'll be able to appreciate you. So like I said earlier, Tinubu, is showing. Tinubu seems to be the man to beat now, because all the people that are up and saying that they want to actually, stand up. None of them have anything to offer. With all due respect, none of them have anything to offer because they are not. They've not shown any ability. They've not shown that they have the capacity to deliver. They've not shown that they have the capacity to deliver, and that is where I have our problems. Because I was hoping that at least, if anything, we should have people that will come up with good ideas of how we can move Nigeria forward. Ideas of how things can improve. But we've not seen anybody come forward to say, "Oh, this is what we can deliver for Nigeria." That is very, very sad. That is really, 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 really sad. Unfortunately, we can't call into the program this week because, as you can see, we're having challenges with our system. We've put in a new system and we've tried to change the background and everything, but it's still a work in progress. Hopefully by next week we should be able to to call it definitely. So when you look at corruption, for example, Mr. President have not actually left any legacy that we could say. They are firefighting on corruption because there's nothing tangible that you could pick on, that you could say this is what the legacy of Mr. President. Nothing can be shown. You can have infrastructure, you can have trains, but what's the usefulness of having trains when bandits can blow the train line? When bandits can blow the train line, what's the purpose of it if there's insecurity? And when you look at the economy, the economy is nothing to write home about. I have a farm in Nigeria. Ibadan Express Road is a no-go area. You can't travel on Ibadan. If you go to Ife Ibadan now, you have to be praying and fasting. And if you have armed people, they will kill them. If you carry arms to protect you, armed people, maybe you have 2 or 3 soldiers. How many soldier and policemen to guard you? How many bullets will they have in their maybe maximum they have 10 or 20 bullets with them? What would those 10 bullets do with the bandits that are spraying the cars like no man business? So it's a waste of time. That is part of the problem we have. That is the problem we have. So we've talked about corruption, no good legacy there. You talk about the economy, the ease of doing business. As I'm speaking to you right now, if you give me a name of a business, I can create that business in less than 5 minutes. It's still a big problem in Nigeria. Yes, they say you can go online, but you still have to. It doesn't work like that. There's still a little bit of bottleneck. Everything is still difficult in Nigeria. Is it electricity? You're not getting 24 hours electricity. You're getting an estimated bill, and those kids, guys, when they come, they'll give you a bill that even your salary will not cover. What's the purpose? So we talk about security, nothing. You talk about economy, nothing. You talk about corruption, nothing. And when you talk about legacy, at least if the president has somebody that can take over from him, that would be good. If you look at Tinubu has a record. If you ask anybody, even a small child that was born yesterday, will tell you, yes, they can point to 2 or 3 people that Tinubu have actually helped to get to hold position. And those people have not disappointed. None of them have been involved in any scandal. Yeah? Mr. President can actually point at 1 or 2 people that could say, this is the people that Mr. President have put forward that can actually take over. And yet Mr. President can come out boldly at Kaduna and say, oh, nobody can impose themselves. I hope he's just talking about the state level, that in Kaduna, nobody can impose themselves in Kaduna, in order to create problem. I hope that is what he meant, because if that is not what he meant, then we have a serious issue. Because Mr. President should come out now and tell us who are the people that he has in place, It's not about changing the leaders of the military. Because they change them, they say that yet bandit can raid a place in Kaduna, can go into a place in Kaduna and stay there for 3-4 hours, and yet there's no effort that can go there. And you say you bought how many? Believe me, ask anybody, they will tell you the flight from Kaduna, to Kaduna to Maduguri is not up to 1 hour. The flight from Lagos to Maduguri by jet cannot be more than 1 hour. Yet bandits and Boko Haram will operate for hours, and yet nobody will come. No plane will come. They will kill everybody and will have disappeared with everybody. When they went into that police institution, they went there and nobody could do anything. Yeah, I totally agree that Tinubu is a strategist. He has been there. If we are in his shoes, are we not going to do the same? Are we not going to breed people that will be there for our end goal? That's it. If you and me, Mr. Johnson, if we want to go to Nigeria now, we could get some young boys to come and take over from us and put them in place. That's what we will do. Tinubu might be nursing his nursing experience, nursing his intention to stand for position in Nigeria, and as a result, he's put people in strategic positions to help him to do that. Nothing wrong in that. If you're patriotic enough, I think Tinubu has his own bad faults, and we need to highlight those bad faults. We need to honestly highlight those bad faults. Highlight it and say, you know what, Tinubu, he has a bad fault, and we should get him to come out and give us plan. I will not doubt in my mind that Tinubu will give us a good plan on how we will deal with corruption. I won't have any doubt, because there are a lot of people that have accused him of being corrupt himself too. So he will give us a good blueprint on how we deal with security. We'll give us a good blueprint on how we deal with the economy. He's a strategist, and how we will industrialize Nigeria. But this president has not given us anybody that we can point to say this is one of the boys of Buhari that is lifting. It's like what Pastor Tunde Bakare said one time, that he had a dream, and I think he was referring to the president, and the president got out of a car in his dream, and when he said he should sit because the car was parked in a kind of a freeway on the hill coming down, looking down the slope, and by the time he sat in front of the car, there was no steering and no wheel, no engine inside it, so no way to control the car. So you can say the president is leaving nobody that can handle Nigeria. He's not giving us anybody. Because if he has given us anybody, he should have been giving us those people so that we can monitor them and we can easily say that this person that Mr. President has given to us can stay Nigeria in the right way. It's not that if you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page, I want you to share this page and tell us, And I agree. I totally agree that Tinubu is not the Nigerian Messiah. But if there's any other person, I would like our people to come out and tell us who are the people that they believe can steer us in the right direction. That's my opinion. If we believe that there's somebody out there that can actually take us to the next level, I think it's important and let Nigerians know. Please throw down names. Give me names of people that you honestly believe can take us to the next level. I'll be very happy for us to have that debate. But so far, all the people that have come out have not. Is it Kanu, the former governor of Abia State, that have come out, who has not even settled himself in court, and trying to hide all that technicality, to get out of it. It's either you are clean or not clean, And yet he's coming out to say that, he wants to clear himself because he wants to stand for president. It's not, don't bully people into giving you a position to make you president. You can't just bully Nigerians, bully ordinary Nigerians to bring you on board. You can't do that. So that is the issue. My view is that I am of the opinion that we need to really, Nigerians home and abroad need to really come out and start making yourself. If you know that you have what it takes to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, then you need to come out to and let us know. Dele Momodu said he has a scientific way to stand. Yeah, there's things that have come out, but I want people that will come out and show us the program that they have. Let them show us the program that they have on ground, to take us to the next level. That is what we really need, to be honest. We need people that will come out and say, this is my program, this is what I'm going to deliver for the Nigerian people. But so far, none of them have come out with anything that we can actually say this is a plan. We can't actually say, oh, these people have a good plan for Nigeria. All of them are just talking from their head. We want people that will come out and say, this is the amount that I spend on in the budget. This is statistics. This is how much you spend. This is how much I will spend, so that we can hold them accountable. They have nothing to lose. But none of them have come out. But I'm confident that I know that Tinubu will be coming out with something. And that's why I said that if Tinubu is not going to be running, it will. The only way they can sabotage Tinubu is to make sure he doesn't get to the APC primaries. But if they allow him to get to the APC primaries, he will be the man that needs to be beaten. And I'm looking out to try and see who can beat Tinubu. And I've not seen any name. But if people have names of people, Dele Momodu does not have the structure to be able to deliver what is needed. And I say this with all humility. It doesn't have what is needed. So it needs to really come out and say, this is what I have, and this is what I can deliver for the Nigerian people. If he says that, then all of us will be quite happy. All of us will be quite happy, because we need people that can come out and say, this is what we are going to give the Nigerian people. Because the Nigerian people have suffered a lot, and they deserve better than what they are getting right now. They deserve more than what we are getting right now. We really need that. We need them to come out and give us something. Because what is happening now is not the right thing. Because I feel in the country of 2 million people, to only get old people coming out and say they want to stand, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. Does not look good on us. And I'm highly disappointed, because people should come out and say that I have something for Nigeria, but nobody's coming out. All of them are just giving lip service they're just giving us lip service, and that is not right, honestly, because at this point now we should be having serious conversation. We should be having serious conversation about the Nigerian state and saying, this is what we need as a people. 2023, we should be saying, this is what we need. But we're not doing that. Instead, we're talking of old people who are planning to come and stand, and yet nobody is actually coming out, So I'm hoping, I'm honestly hoping that some people will come out and actually give us something tangible. We need something tangible. We need something tangible, because we cannot continue this way. We cannot continue. We've done this for too long. We need somebody that can come out and say, I am the Messiah that they are looking for, and this is what I am going to do. If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. Tell your friends that we're live, looking at the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, and hopefully, we can. So,
how did he make his wealth? How did he make this so much very big wealth that he can afford a bullion van prior to an election in his home? That's a staggering, colossal amount of wealth. How did that wealth come about? Because I think if I check his resume, the last thing I saw was account with mobile. You know, what business does he do? He's been in government for a while. How did he make that wealth? That's one. Two, there's been discrepancies about his age. I ask you, how old is he?
Well, let me tell you, you see, these two questions you've just posed, it's part of what I have answered earlier. I think at this point that we've got it, our emphasis should be on the pedigree of this candidate, what he has demonstrated that he has done, what he has achieved, how he has changed the revenue of Lagos State, how he has put a long-term plan to implement infrastructure. And he has ensured that he instilled discipline.
Honorable Jibril.
How much people that he has built.
Honorable Jibril.
Okay. You can see the way the Honorable Jibril, former lawmaker, diverted the question when they asked about how he made his wealth and his age. And those are questions, legitimate questions that anybody should ask. You don't want to have a president that when he goes out of the country and they ask what he says, some people will say it's 52, some people say it's 54, some people say it's 81. You know, so it doesn't look good on us. People like us, I can't lie about my age because it's a public domain. It's out there. I can't lie about my wealth because what I made is out there. You know, so those are and if Nigerian youth are really serious that they want somebody that will represent them, somebody that they know had wealth that they can't account for or doesn't have a good age, then they should come out. Nigeria, you should come out and tell us what they will do. It's not just about saying, oh, I'm so age, so vote for me. No. You have to tell us what you will deliver. Tell us how you will deliver it. And then we could say, okay, yeah, this guy has a plan. Maybe if you bring 2 or 3 more people on board, you can help him deliver what he needs to deliver. So those are the kind of interesting conversation that we need to have. You understand? So, you know, and we need to have those conversations. We really need to have those conversations because we cannot continue this way. We cannot. You know, we need to start asking prophets about, you know, the things that are happening in Nigeria, you know, and how we need to move things around, you know. And Tinubu is not a man that is strange to controversy, you know. And I'm just disappointed that we've not been able to, you know, we've not been able to get things moving forward, you know, because by now, you know, what should be really happening is that we're having the debate of policies, ideology of things that, you know, that could be delivered by the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to consolidate what Mr. President has done. And that's the reason why I would criticize Mr. President, because he's not giving us an alternative. You know, he has left his car like you know, he's left the car the same way what they call the way this guy, what's his name now? The way Pastor Bakari said that Tinubu, President Buhari had, you know, driven a car and he's driven a car and he didn't what's the word now? He didn't actually leave there was nothing. He didn't leave a steering or anything. He just left us hanging. And all he's thinking of is how to go back to his farm in Daura. That's not fair. That's being selfish. Because he's not put the Nigerian people ahead of him. He's not thought of the Nigerian people, and that is not the right thing to do. You understand? That is not actually the right thing to do, because Nigerians will have expected that he would give us he would give us something that we can use, to point to say, okay, Mr. President was unable to deliver what he promised he would deliver, but at least Mr. President was able to give us somebody that can take forward his legacy. But unfortunately, Mr. President, up to now, 400 days to go, or less than 500 days to go to the next election, yet he has not shown us he has not given us anybody. And I'd like to play another video of Tinubu, and then let's use that as a talking point, because it's important that we know who this man is and what he has promised or what he has done for us in the past.
Charles de Gaulle. Correct? When Britain was challenged, they turned to their great general, Winston Churchill. Correct? Today, Nigeria is challenged. Economically challenged. Physically challenged. Security challenged. Who do we turn to? We Muhammad Buhari is the right man for the job. If you talk of military experience, he has his abundantly. If you talk of courage, he has it abundantly. If you talk of simplicity, he has it abundantly. If you talk of great determination, a combination of vision and ability to perform, honesty and integrity. Yeah.
Okay, you've had him. That is Tinubu, Asiwaju Tinubu. No, campaigning. So this is a man that can campaign. So he doesn't need a lesson on how to campaign, and he can talk. Yes. So if there are any youth out there play and campaign, he can play for Buhari. Will Buhari campaign for him? That's the question we need to ask. Will he stand up for him because he went to tell Mr. President that he's standing? Well, we didn't hear Mr. President say, I've endorsed him, but he said, I told Mr. President, I'm going to tell Nigerians when I'm ready. So the question then is, will Mr. President support him, or does Mr. President have somebody in mind? Is it El-Rufai? And there's a talk about combination of El-Rufai and the governor of Ekiti, who is now the head of the governors forum. And both of them, is that combination they are looking at. Will those people, maybe much younger than Tinubu, are they the ones that will be a challenge to Tinubu, and will they be able to deliver? So those are the questions that many people are on the lips of many people, and those are the questions that many people will definitely be asking, because many people are now keen to know exactly what is available out there, because a lot of people are fed up. A lot of people are fed up, and they just want change. The APC promised change, and that change did not happen. Instead, I used to go to Nigeria regularly. I can't go to Nigeria because I don't want to be kidnapped. I don't want anybody asking my loved ones and my family for money, because everywhere, even the Ibadan Express Road, is not safe. And when they start asking money, the police will tell you, just pay them what they ask you, so they don't start cutting your family member in pieces. So what's the purpose of going to a country like that? Its security is worse now than it was during Jonathan. Whether you like it or not, you have to admit that. Whether you are Buhari, yes, they bought a lot of equipment, they've done a lot of things, but in terms of strategy, their strategy is so poor that they've not been able to get their heads around the whole issue. Those are the kind of issues that we have. Those are the issues we have. And these are things that we need to actually speak to. We need to really come out and say, you know what, this is the challenge we have. This is a serious challenge. We need this issue dealt with properly. We need this issue dealt with properly. So can Mr. President actually give us somebody that will take over, that can beat Tinubu, somebody that can beat Tinubu, and that Nigerians will love and appreciate? Apart from the vice president, I don't see anybody else that they could bring that will be able to deliver. I wait to see who they bring forward and say, okay, this one can deliver. I'm waiting for them to come up with somebody that we can point to. Because if we have such a person, I'll be very happy. So it's okay, yes, we think we now have somebody who can actually give us what we want in terms of governance, proper governance, But we don't have anybody. So far, we've not seen anybody that have come up that can actually, match Tinubu. So far, we don't have any. So this is the problem that we have, and that's the reason why it's difficult for us to, Mr. John said, Tinubu is an hungry vulture waiting decisively in front of a terribly sick bull. Yeah, if that is your view, and I believe you are not the only one with this view. There might be a lot of people that have that view, but at least it's come out. That's why we're begging Nigerians. If you believe you have, or if you're an alternative to Tinubu, come out and let us be able to quiz you and ask you questions and see whether there is something there that you can give Nigerians. Because Nigerians really, really want change. And if they could vote somebody that will give them the proper change, I know Nigerians will be very, very happy, But we can't all just sit down and be saying, no. Yes, Tinubu is not the man, and yet we can't come up with the, we can't come up with a solution or come up with with an alternative. We need to have an alternative to Tinubu and say this is the alternative to Tinubu. We don't have the alternative. That is the problem that we're facing now. And that's why we're hoping that somebody can come out and say, you know what, I want to stand for the seat of president. And this is what I am going to deliver. This is what I am offering. If we get such a person, believe in me, I will be the first to say, yes, I support you. Go on, brother. Give it to them. But at the moment, we don't have anybody. We don't have anybody at all. That is the problem that we're facing. If you're watching us right now, I want you to like this page, and thank you for staying with me up to this moment. I want But unfortunately, my download is playing up, so it's not working. So I think at this point I'll have to call it um, a day. So if you're watching us right now, thank you so much for watching us, and thank you for all those people that have contributed, to this program. It's been great to have you guys on board. And next week it will be another topic that we're going to talk on. Definitely, it's going to be another topic, and definitely it will be quite good. But until we meet again, have a lovely weekend. Stay safe, and send us comment if you have questions that you want us to respond to. Send it to us. We will definitely respond. And God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Allah is great, they keep message. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep message. They use Allah, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep message. Allah is alive, go around them, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep message. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Say na peace. Now we want to be Muslim. Not take respect. Away there for Bible make we kill ourselves. Salam alaikum, alaikum, wa salami. Salam alaikum.